Hey YouTubers, diecast collectors, it is Jared White, the J-Man63. It is Friday, August 8th, 2014, and this is going to be my haul for, I guess, June. I'm sorry I didn't get one out sooner, but hopefully this will get uploaded tonight. So, anyway, yeah, I got a few things to show you. And I'm going to show off some stuff. I'm not going to show in particular order, but first off, I don't know if anybody's been getting TJ Maxx stuff, but these have finally hit, or these have been hitting TJ Maxx for anybody out there whose store hasn't gotten these yet. But it's the True LE, the limited edition like never before. Big thing with these is now these are selling for $5, and they actually just started reducing the price to about $3.50. So if you do want this car, I mean, now is a good time to pick it up because these aren't going for very much. But on AutoWorld's website, I actually just learned that the silver edition of this is going for $5. The hobby edition is still going for $25. It's still going for like $16 or $20 or whatever ridiculous amount they're selling it for. But if you want to skip all that, you know, go to TJ Maxx and you can actually get this, because this is the hobby edition. This is 1 out of 1,500 made, and this was the one you could only get through the AutoWorld store. So it's kind of weird that they're showing up here, but anyway, the big thing with these is that they produced a set number of these. They produced 5,000 of 2 colors available through mass retailers. That was the white version and the black version. And then we had 3,000 of 1 color available through hobby retailers, and that was the silver version, which that's on AutoWorld's site. And then they had 1,500 of the special AutoWorld store edition, which is the one that I have. So if you want to get your hands on one of these and you thought that the price was unreasonable, well, now is a good time to buy one of these. So anyway, there's a little hint to collectors there. So, cool car. But yeah, very nice details, jeweled headlights, very nice engine. I've actually had this out of the package. I know that's probably sacrilege, but it is a pretty nice car, and I've seen the details of it. My one disappointment is that this did not come with a display case. I kind of wish it did. I wish it had like a little hard case in there, like the box part of it. But oh well. Still a pretty cool car. So speaking of AutoWorld, I did manage to pick up two of the new car and driver sets at Walmart, and this has been a while since I've made another video, but I have these, so very cool. I didn't have these yet, so I really wanted them, so very neat. But a 1976 Pontiac Firebird Trans Am, the Smokey and the Bandit car, affectionately known as, but it doesn't exactly have the license plate. I don't think this is the same exact year, but it was a little different, so I kind of wanted it, so I thought it was cool. Premium edition, you know, these still run about $6, so if you do want to buy one of these will still run you about the same price as an M2 machine, but personally, I don't know, I just think some of it's just as good as an M2 machine. The only real difference is not opening doors, but who cares. Speaking of, M2 machines has finally come full circle, and they're going to be offering up some 1/24 scale. They're soon to do the Chevy Apache Cameo and the GMC small window 4x4 step side with the spare tires. So I don't know if you guys have seen those yet or if they've hit, but if anybody wants to do a review one of those, I'd love to see it. So, but I don't have any M2 machines to show you guys, but this AutoWorld is very cool. So this was featured on the April 1976 issue. But these are very nice. I love AutoWorld, and I really hate how, like I said, stores have been really lazy on getting these in, so I really wish they would be stocking more of them, because it's really a shame. I know AutoWorld's probably, they said on the website that they're working to, you know, on their Facebook page, they're trying to get more stuff out, they're trying to increase distribution, so hopefully in due time we'll be getting more of these, because I'm really looking forward to that new release with the Eldorado, and all the other stuff. They're going to be doing a second release this year, so I can't wait for that. So anyway, there's the first one. Sorry I'm mumbling on here, but second is the autoworld 1966 Chevelle SS 396. Very sweet car. You know, it might not be a 454, it's just a 396, but still, that was still a lot of power for, well, I don't know about a lot of power, but the 396, I don't know if that was top of the dog that you could get, but top dog, but still a pretty cool car. I like the gold color. Very nice. And it's got the Keystone Classic wheels, I believe, is what those are. I'm not sure, Redline tires. But these wheels are pretty good for some of these, because I know how the first few releases went and the tires were kind of they were kind of weird looking, but I think they finally have fixed most of that in this release, so pretty good stuff. Very nice headlights and taillights. So yeah, very cool car. And if this cover looks familiar to that Oldsmobile, that's because it's pretty much the same cover. I guess this car was also featured in this magazine. I'm not sure, but very, very cool. Alright, so on to some Johnny Lightnings, and I did go to the flea market, and that was a few weeks ago, and I managed to pick up a few Johnny Lightnings. First one is this really killer Gold Series 1969 AMC AMX, and I absolutely am in love with the old Gold Series. They are really cool. I can't find many of them, unfortunately, but if I ever do find any more of these, I'm definitely going to be picking them up, because these are cool. I'm not going to open it right now, but I have had the liberty of opening this because it has resealable tape on it, and you can open this pack, and it comes with a blister. You know, the blister is resealable, and it's got a hard case in it, which is really nifty and cool. I mean, autoworld doesn't really even do that with their cars, so I think that's pretty neat that they were thinking of this even back then. This is a very nice piece, though. I've actually looked at it out of the case, and base is really nice. It is painted and all that with exhaust detailing and everything. It is a very cool little replica, so yeah, very nice little AMC AMX. I wouldn't mind owning some of these other ones as well, the 67 Dodge Charger, the GT500, or the Olds Cutlass, or the Plymouth Superbird. Man, these are all pretty cool. Or that Ford GT even. Pretty cool stuff. So yeah, I like this one a lot. Definitely a keeper. Love Johnny Lightning. So, next two pieces I got. Let me try and go through these real quick. I got the jukebox, and this is the 55 jukebox. I think that says Norm Windsor on there. But it comes with its own little token and everything. Very cool little piece. Plastic tires, but you know, they don't really bother me too much on the older Lightnings, so pretty cool piece. But yeah, very nice. Nice little tampos there. Very cool. Love old Lightnings. Yeah, pretty awesome. But yeah. Also, I got this one, the Barry Setzer. Interesting name. I don't know what car it is. It looks like a Vega almost. I think it's a Vega. That's what I think it is. I think it might be a Vega. I don't see any licensing information on the base, so I'm not exactly sure. I think this one's a Vega. I'm not entirely certain, but very nice. Yeah. Very cool though. Dragsters are awesome, I think. Love these. Like I said, the only other person I know that carries these is my friend Don and the Toolman. So like I said, if you ever go to my flea market in Newport News over there on Jefferson Avenue, make sure you stop by and see the tool guy. He's got excellent Johnny Lightnings. He always has them out, so I'm always a sucker for him, and I always buy from him. But he's a very nice man to deal with. So if you ever are in Newport News area and you ever head over to the Jefferson Flea Market, make sure you check him out. He's inside, so very cool. Anyway, so this is the Tri-Chevy 55, 56, and 57. Now this one's a 56 Bel Air, which I don't really have many of these, so it was kind of a no-brainer to buy this, so I love it. It's even got the hood ornament painted. Very pretty car. Very nice grilled. It's actually photo washed, or whatever you call it, black washed. Very nice emblem. Or the grill's just painted, I'm sure, but very nice piece. And the hard thing to believe is back when these were selling, these only retailed for $2.96 at Walmart. What a jump in the price it's gone to now with the advent of autoworlds being like $4 or $5 a piece and all that. I mean, considering Johnny Lightnings were only selling for less than $3 back then, that's just crazy how much stuff has really gone through the roof and all that. And you gotta love the photo art. I mean, not many people do photo art still. Very nice, except for Hot Wheels, but they do that fake stuff. I mean, just a computerized photograph. But you gotta love having the photo art too. That just really completes it. Love Johnny Lightning. Love what these guys used to do. Anyway, here's another little beauty here from Vet magazine. Vintage beauty. But man, this one's cool too, though. I don't really have. See, I didn't really have either of these in my collection for the 50s cars. So this 56 Vet, again, another cool car because it kind of had the styling of the, you know, the C2 and the C3 kind of a blend of styles there when these two years were being made. So it was kind of like the C2 and then the C3 Stingray. But I love this car too. Very nice. Like I said, though, these sold for $2.96, and you got to consider a similar company nowadays like Greenlight. They're usually going to charge you about, say $5 or $6 or even $7. Whether it's $5 or $6 is still more than what these used to be. So these are definitely good buys, considering that they have rubber tires and a metal base and all that paint detail. Can't beat it. So one more car, and I'm going to get on to something else. So this one is the Moon Eyes 60s Shelby Cobra. This one's pretty cool. I like this one a lot. Yeah, very nice piece. But considering they didn't really do too much I don't really see too much tampo work being involved. It's still not bad. I mean, even though it's not a rubber tire, it's still a decent piece. Yeah, very nice car, very cool. Even though I've got a few Shelby Cobras as far as Cobras go, I can never have enough of them, so very cool. Alright, so one car I did get, let me move on to the Hot Wheels now. To start it off, I actually, when I went down to TJ Maxx, I bought that True LE Challenger, and I also got the grease car. This is the 48 Ford. Very cool piece. Was definitely looking forward to it. I don't know if you guys know this, but we're going to be getting a bunch of the 48 Fords. They're doing the Karate Kid car, and now that they're going to be doing the, I've seen this video on Race Groove's channel where they're doing the Back to the Future car, Biff's car with the manure on top of it. So they're going to be doing that. So that'll be cool to see that. But definitely a neat car with the 48 Ford. Very nice. But I don't know about you guys. Like I said, I'm excited to see those new 124 scale M2 machines. I mean, I'm just glad that they finally realized, gotten their heads out of the sand, and they're finally doing some new 124 scale stuff. I am heralding the return of 124 scale from M2 machines. Honestly, I am just so psyched about that. I am excited because usually when M2 machines does a 124 scale car, they'll do the heck out of a tooling. Like, they'll do way too many of one color or something, and it just bugs me. So hopefully these trucks will be cool, because if M2 machines does a truck, there's no telling what they can do with that. You know, if they're gonna do a tow truck or a work truck or something like that. But I'm sure M2 machines is already way ahead of me on that one. They're probably gonna be doing the heck out of that tooling too. But you know, if they do different trucks, I'll be more apt to buy more of them. So that'll be cool to see. Anyway, just glad about M2 machines doing 124 scale again. Alright, let me get on to the cars here. So I got the LaFerrari in silver. These are just the regular main lines. I'll get onto the movie cars in a second. So I got the LaFerrari here in this beautiful, almost metallic silver, this almost Zamac color. Very nice. I'm waiting to get I want to get some of the in-case cars that just came out, like the Fiat and all that, but I'm waiting to buy those. Hopefully I'll get them soon. Very cool car though. Now all Hot Wheels needs to do is a McLaren P1. I got a few cars I could suggest. They should do a Mercedes SLS. I mean, there's a bunch of cars Hot Wheels could do. I mean, I think they need to do some more supercars personally. They do really good with those, I think. So that LaFerrari is really cool. But yeah, anyway, it's got like painted, on the LaFerrari, it's got like painted headlights, the Ferrari badge is right there, and no paint on the tail, but very cool piece. But the only thing that sucks is I think I heard Hot Wheels is pulling its licensing agreement with Ferrari or something. Don't quote me on that, but if they are doing that, that's really going to suck, because they actually do make some really good Ferrari castings in 1/64, so I'm going to be really upset if that happens. So anyway, there's a LaFerrari. Okay, so this one I got is the Twin Mill 3, and green apparently seems to be a big theme around Hot Wheels, that green metallic paint. I don't know, it's either a like, a love, or a hate thing, but it just depends on what car it's on, I guess. On a car like this, I guess it's more appropriate. But if it was on like an old muscle car, well, it might be fine there too. But if it was on something like, I don't know, there's certain cars that this color is not gonna do it on, like Ferraris and stuff, and certain vehicles. It just depends. But this is very cool. It's got like the black stripe going down the center, and this is not a treasure hunt. I know people see that stripe, they're gonna think, oh, well, that's a... No, that was the Twin Mill. That wasn't this one. I would love to find that version, but haven't seen it. Very cool though. I think it's got like actual lensing on the headlights, so it's pretty neat. But only thing I don't like is those faster than ever wheels, the second versions, but other than that, pretty nice. And I also managed to pick up a fast bed hauler. I've been wanting one of these for a while, and the blue ones seem to fly off shelves like crazy, but the red one doesn't seem to be going as quick, so I don't know what it is with that, but I've seen a bunch of them every store I've been to, so I don't know. And speaking of stores, man, Walmart has been super lazy on getting stuff in. I don't understand what it is, but the back to school junk or summer or whatever, there's a big lull at stores right now. There's absolutely nothing. There's nothing biting, and I know this because I've been to Walmart's continuously the last few weeks, and they just haven't had anything at all. So I wish they would get their head out of their rear ends and finally start stocking stuff. I mean, I'm tired of it. It just absolutely drives me insane when I keep going back to the mass retailers and there's absolutely nothing. When I'm seeing all these videos of people finding stuff like those greenlight 1/43 scales, which I'll get to that one in a moment, but it just drives me crazy that stores won't stock stuff, and it's the same story on other YouTube channels that I've seen. So yep. So anyway, I'm not going to ramble on too much more, try not to, but Mystery Machine, I'm glad I finally picked one of these up. My dad bought this for me actually at the Walmart. We were at a car show, so thank you, Dad. Very glad to have this now. It was a pretty hard piece to find. I only found one of them hanging on the pegs, and it was just randomly sitting there in the back, so I was like, hey, Mystery Machine, $1, so I was happy to get it. Very neat piece. Also, like I said, I don't know if anyone's found any, but there have been a ton of these at my other stores. They're just like, they can't even get rid of them. There's so many of these. I thought this was going to be like the hard one to find, and you know, oh, Goldfinger. I thought everyone was going to be all over that, but if you look hard enough, you'll be able to find it. It's not impossible. It's not like that Snoopy car, which I haven't even been able to find. So very cool. I wouldn't mind it if Hot Wheels would do a continuation piece on this, like with the pop-up screen, maybe the Rams out and all that. I hope they kind of do something, you know, along the lines of the version with all the stuff coming out of it. But whether or not they'll do that is another thing. It would be cool to see that happen, but I don't know if it will. Very cool though. I don't know if anyone remembers the movie, but I've seen it. And it's where basically, you know, he pursues this guy, and they go to Fort Knox. Oddjob gets electrocuted. It's a very good James Bond movie. It's very old school. It's very neat, but very nice car. So yeah, Goldfinger. And I was at the flea market, and I finally broke down and I bought this, and I was glad to just say, $3. Personally, I'd rather pay the $3 price than just try to get it on eBay for about $5 or $6 or whatever ridiculous price that some secondary person's going to charge for this thing. But here it is, the Homer from the Simpsons movie. I don't know if anyone remembers this episode. I really don't. I've never seen the episode, but I've wanted the car for the longest time. And that's basically where, you know, he has a horn that plays La Cucaracha. That's funny. $82,000. It was too pricey to produce, and Powell Motors, Homer's half-brother's company, folded. So that was basically Homer's half-brother's company was Powell Motors. I haven't seen the episode. I'll have to search for it, but a very interesting little piece. I really hope that they continue to do more of these, you know, kind of like Johnny Lightning did Simpsons pieces back in the day, and they did the Homer and then the few other things. But hopefully Hot Wheels will continue that. Maybe they'll do Moe's Bus or something. That would sell really good. So very cool. Alright, so I'm going to move on to some other interesting little pieces here. Try not to bump the camera, but I was at this one place. It was a random stop, but it was called Dynasty Collectibles. And this was a pretty neat little place to get random knickknacks and whatnot. But I found these two cars. This one is an Ertl piece. It's a 1957 Chrysler 300C. I really love that red paint job with that nice engine detail in there. Even got the bumper, separate chrome pieces. This is almost what M2 Machines does nowadays, except these guys were kind of doing that back in the day. And I mean, if you look, it's even got an opening trunk. I mean, I wish M2 Machines would do that with their cars. You know, if they got opening doors, they should try to put an opening trunk in there. That would be pretty neat to see. But yeah, very nice little neat detailed car. Two-tone interior, separate spare tire, even got the license plate right there. Very, very cool. And it's even got chassis detail with exhaust plastic and a separate drive shaft. Very nice. Very cool car. Very nice piece. And this was $5, which I thought was okay. I didn't think it was all that bad, but I wasn't going to try and talk them down, but very nice piece. And so the second one I got is a 1941 Lincoln Continental. And a lot of people might say, well, where does the term Continental kit come from? When people think of the Continental, there's a newer Lincoln, and that's not the car that they're talking about. This is the car that they are always referring to when they say Continental kit, and that's simply because of that spare tire right there on the back. And that's how they started referring to it as Continental kit. When a Thunderbird would have that, or anything else would have a Cadillac or anything, that's a Continental kit. So that's how that term came about for all the car buffs out there. So very neat little piece. Maybe not as detailed as the Chrysler 300, but it still deserves a place in my collection. It's very cool. So there's that piece. So while I was on my vacation, I went to the NASCAR Hall of Fame. I got a few other things, but among the most, this is the only car thing I really picked up. This is a NASCAR Classics established 1948 Dale Earnhardt Sr. piece. Very cool. This is done by Lionel Racing Collectibles, RCCA. This is a pretty good little piece. It was $5 at the NASCAR Hall of Fame, and it's a Chevy number 3 1989 Lumina. So this isn't the Monte Carlo, but this is the Lumina, so this is pretty cool. So yeah, I did get that piece, and I went on a trip to Toys R Us, and also managed to get this, and I was glad that they finally put more of them out at least. I don't know what happened, you know. I think maybe they found some extra stock in the back room. So I actually wanted to get this for Christmas of last year, but I was never able to get one. So finally, I found some of these on stock in the front. So very glad to get it. It is Dom's 1970 Dodge Charger RT Road Track. See, I'm on the fence about these because on one hand they are $20, but whether or not I feel like paying that for a 143rd is another thing. It just depends on what car it is. Like if it was the if we're talking about like the Fast and Furious, like the one that had the Torino in it, if we're talking about Felix's Torino, I'll pass on that because that wasn't my favorite Fast and Furious. But like if we're talking about like Sean's Mustang and from Tokyo Drift, we're talking the first 3 Fast and Furious, I'm all for it. So this was kind of a no-brainer for me to pick this up. Very cool though. Nice headlights, very nice marker lights. And this, I can see this video is going to run to 30 minutes, but I've got time to do it, so I really don't care. Very nice scoop, and little hair on here, but it's a little dusty. But I'd rather the plastic get dusty. That's the thing I like about these things, that they keep dust off your die cast, and they're better than the flimsy boxes for sure. But very nice piece. I like how they even did the wing mirror and the rear view mirror up in there. Can't really see the interior too well, but they've actually done the gauges, and there's even a nice little roll cage that looks scale accurate. And just everything Greenlight does, I mean, they pretty much do it really proper. I mean, there's just something about their quality control that they just really have a good way of doing things. And I have a feeling now that they're starting to partner with like GMP and Acme, I have a feeling things are going to get even better. So it'll be nice to see what happens. I don't know if I'll ever get one of those GMP Acme pieces by Greenlight, but it'll be nice to see what they do. But yeah, they do some incredibly nice stuff, even on the toy aisles now. I mean, but that's another thing with Toys R Us. That's my one quip with them. I mean, it's the same story across the board everywhere. I've seen videos of people going to Toys R Us, and the die-cast section is the same thing. Barely any green lights. All the Maisto junk is there. All the jaded crap is there, and there's no green lights or M2 machines or autoworlds or anything like that. I mean, stock has just gone way downhill. I don't know what it is. Jada never seems to go anywhere, but green lights seem to sell out like quick, so. Or I seem to be buying most of them. Anyway, very cool car though. Absolutely awesome. And yeah, I do want to get the new release that's got Sean's Mustang and the Dom's RX-7. I'd love to have those too, but hopefully Walmart will get their heads out of the sand and start stocking stuff. Not Walmart, Toys R Us, sorry. But yeah, hopefully Toys R Us will come full circle and they'll start stocking stuff. Alright, so I think I got pretty much everything. The last thing I want to touch on is I did manage to get some new 124 scale stuff. And like I said, you know, I'm still thinking about that M2 machine that's coming out. But anyway, on to this. This is a U.S. Nationals Mac Tools dragster from NHRA. This is done by Action. This was the inaugural year. I don't have the car with me because it's on my dresser, and I displayed it in place of the Tony Schumacher U.S. Army car. But this one's very cool. One of 5,004. Kind of a high production number, but still a pretty nice piece. And yeah, it's a really good collector piece if you ever find one of these on eBay. Very nice though. And the action dragster that I had, the John Force car that was messed up when I bought it, I had to exchange it for another John Force piece. And this is just, I think this is more generic, but I would have preferred to have the other one, but he already sold it after he fixed it, so I guess I can't really say anything, I guess. But anyway, very cool car. I know you don't see the car right now, but, and it's just a box, but it's a John Force Castrol GTX 2002 Mustang funny car, one of 504, which was a low production number, which is exactly why I bought it. So, very happy to have that. First John Force dragster I've had in my collection, and I can say definitely well worth it. It was only 25 bucks for this. And also the Mac Tools dragster, that was only 25 bucks too. So, very good deal on those two pieces. So, anyway, I've been rambling on a long time, and I know I've kept you guys for a while, but sorry, but you know, if you have any suggestions or want to comment, you know, leave them down below. Don't be afraid to hit the smash the like button. You know, check out the rest of my channel. You know, see all my videos. You know, if you see anything cool, comment. You know, I can't say that enough because I do like seeing comments. I like reading your guys' stuff, and I will respond. So, you know, comment. Anyway, make sure you subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, and like my videos. And if it has to do with diecast, it has to be the J-Man 63. Keep on collecting, guys. See you later. Bye-bye.